Hello everyone, it's Jenna from McCreath. Monday, April 9th, 2012. I want to address a confrontation that's occurred on my Facebook wall between two good friends of mine, trans women. So I'll direct this directly to the two of you. I'm not sure what this fighting's about. I think it has to do with Barbara Walters and Jenna Talackova, so I posted that on my wall. Not necessarily because I liked the interview, but because as a trans advocate, I felt it was important that other trans advocates be made aware that that interview occurred and that they review it so they have an understanding of what happened. You don't have to like Jenna, you don't have to like Barbara, but you got to respect them. In a matter of 4 minutes and 28 seconds, they just reached 10 million people. That's more eyes and more ears than any of us advocates are probably going to have access to for the next 20 years. They're an elephant in the room, and we're the flies. If we're advocates doing our thing, chances are, somewhere down the road, someone's going to come up to you and ask you, what do you think of Jenna Talackova? What do you think of Barbara Walters? And you won't be able to answer those questions unless you're familiar with this interview. So what can we do about this? That kind of leads into the other fight going on there, the issue of transsexual versus transgender, and a media release or a media guide that was put out by Trans Pride Canada, an unofficial group that is running out of Canada, or out of Toronto, and claiming to be a national organization in Canada. They put out a release suggesting that the term transsexual and transsexualism are obsolete and politically incorrect, and that struck a nerve with me. Every time I give a speech on Trans 101, the first thing I say is the difference between sex and gender is sex is between your legs, gender is between your ears. Before I even mention the word trans, that's what I say. People aren't even familiar with the difference, and shame on all you trans people for not. If anyone would understand the difference between sex and gender, it should be someone who is trans. What separates transsexuals from the rest of the trans community? Well, it's between your legs, folks. It's called sex reassignment surgery. And I'm not talking about orchies or hysterectomies. I'm talking about penis to vagina or vagina to penis surgeries. That is by definition for sex reassignment surgery. And if you require sex reassignment surgery, by my definition, you're a transsexual. If you do not require that, you are not transsexual. With that in mind, you can call yourself whatever you like: transgender, transvestite, crossdresser, drag queen, Joe Blow, Jane Smith. Call it, as long as you're not using the term transsexual, because you're not looking to transition your sex. Is that clear, folks? Probably the most expensive piece of the transition puzzle for a transsexual is sex reassignment surgery. However, fighting for access to timely and affordable sex reassignment surgery seems to be the least advocated for service among all these LGBT, quote, organizations who say they're looking out for all of our best interests. I'm looking to start up a sex reassignment surgery working group with the idea that we take steps to ensure that it is more accessible in terms of time and affordable for Canadian transsexuals who need the process. Part of this will include looking at the newest WPATH standard and promoting it. Specifically looking at the requirements for who is able to provide a recommendation. There's nothing in WPATH that says anything about specialists or monopolies for CAMH, Vancouver Coastal Health, or whatever the heck they're called in Montreal. Any two doctors, a psychiatrist and a psychologist with some transgender experience, can write those letters. We need to advocate specifically for folks who, like me, who live way the hell out here on a little island. Maybe if you live in Toronto, going to CAMH is not so much of a problem. But if you live in Newfoundland, if you live in Nunavut, if you live in Timbuktu, probably you're going to want to go to your own local doctors rather than have to travel to one of the big major hubs. So that's part of it as well. Are we looking to divide communities here? Absolutely not. This is one particular issue that requires the right people to advocate for it. You wouldn't ask Charles McCreath to partner with you on trans advocacy, as an example. If you don't need sex reassignment surgery, you're probably not best suited to be part of this working group. The other issue, of course, are these naysayers out there trying to eliminate us, trying to eliminate the terms transsexual, trying to pretend that sex reassignment surgery is not a medical condition that requires medical intervention. We need to counteract this, folks. That's what I'm here for. First and foremost, as an advocate, I look for what do I need as an individual. I had to put a lot of money into this transition, and I feel that in this country of Canada, we have a Canada Health Act. I feel my provincial government is responsible for paying for my health care, just like they pay for everyone else's. So I'm looking to recover money that I had to pay out of my own pocket. In that process, I'm looking to make sure that anyone else who had to put money into their own transition gets reimbursed. And I'm looking to get the rules changed so that in the future people won't have to pay money up front for sex reassignment surgery. Are there other things we can work on with transgendered, with gays, with lesbians, with whoever else? Absolutely, sure. And we will work on them concurrently. But I'm a busy girl. I got my fingers into a lot of different projects at the same time, and if you want to work on me with this one, great. If not, that's fine too. I've already gained a lot of interest, so don't work with me on this project unless it's something you want to work on. Bitching and complaining is not gonna stop it. This will happen whether people agree with it or not. You're not going to convince me to stop advocating for sex reassignment surgery. Anyways, does that clear things up? Yeah. So back to Jenna and Barbara. Well, I guess watch the interview. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you don't like what you see, think about ways that you can reach media and coach them into how they can do a better job reaching the market that they're targeting, yet telling them a better story. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good day.